Hi classmates, hi ma'am, good morning, and our report for today is about the socio-emotional development, the preschoolers initiative. So preschoolers is start ages 4 to 5 years old. So now for from the word initiative, what is initiative? Initiative is the ability to assess and initiate things independently or mostly making your own decisions. So for an initiative, initiative is the tendency of a preschoolers want to take an action to assert themselves. So it is like a way that preschoolers have their belief, and they have a belief and they are confident with it. So preschoolers started to create, invent, and take risks. Mostly preschoolers started to engage lively and have a imaginative activities. So by that, by the people that surround the child, we we guardians, parents, or a teacher support the doings of the child. So provide also a stimulating environment. So means to explore, allowed freedom of movement and provide a variety of experiences. So and the child can have the experience this. We mostly child can experience this at home or in a center-based environment. So as a preschoolers go through the conflict of initiative versus guilt. So they showed so much energy in doing imaginative play activities. So every place becomes a playground to children or to explore. Every single thing is interesting piece to tinker with adults, and sometimes get exasperated over this behavior. So by this, it's begin to see the preschooler as a naughty, or we call makulit. So example of initiative or initiative versus guilt. It is a for this scenario, you told a child to do an activity or an assignment, but in the mind of a child, she or he preferred to choose play rather than doing an assignment. Consequently, this child may develop excessive guilt. So, bad habits of a children must be correct, and because mostly this excessive guilt at the age can lead to or can result to anxious obsessions and depressive tendency. So there's also a time that the child can experience a word that can affect their feeling, or a punishments that can happen in their lives, or and also criticize. This word example words that can mostly child can heard or can experience, like bobo, uh, bad, or walang kwenta. This word. So, and some of the preschoolers experience that word, and we want, but in ours, as a guardian, we want our children to be happy at that age. So, to prevent this activity, the key, the main thing that we can remember or we can apply as a guardian to have a judicious permissiveness. So this judicious permissiveness, this involves setting which are realistic boundaries that keep preschoolers will have a safe and respectful of of themselves and for others, while allowing them to have a greater opportunity to explore things, risk, and to engage the creativeness or creative process. So there's also a attitude of a parent or a guardian that we can apply to our child, which is a permissive parenting. So this one, we or you can say no to your child because we don't want to upset your child, or we don't want to upset the mood of a child. So asking a child to do the activities or tasks but at their own convenience. So that preschoolers will develop a healthy sense of initiative is an affirming and encouraging and stimulating environment of the children. So that is my report for today, and I have John Andrew Salonoy to continue the report. Thank you.
Self-concept and the preschooler. By the end of toddlerhood, preschoolers come out with a clear sense that they are separate and distinct person. With their ability to make representations, they can think now and reflect about themselves. Self-concept refers to the way one sees himself, a general view about one's abilities, strengths, and weaknesses. The preschooler's self-concept mainly focuses on observable characteristics and his/her usual beliefs, emotions, and attitudes. One will hear a preschooler say, "Kaya ko na, I can do it. Ako lang nagsuot ng shoes ko. Wore my shoes all by myself." Important aspect of self-concept is self-esteem, which especially refers to one's judgment about one's worth. Preschoolers are naturally positive. Usually, they will tend to evaluate their skills high and underestimate the task. They are confident to try again if they don't succeed in something. However, they become negative because of repetitive frustration and disapproval. Preschoolers need a lot of patience and encouragement from adults. As the child grows, her ability to interact successfully with her environment nurtures a healthy self-concept. This is critically important in early childhood. The development of a positive self-concept at an early age empowerment the child to feel component, try new things, and strive for success. Environmental factors and gender in the preschooler's social-emotional development. As the preschooler's ability to create schemas develop, they become capable of gender typing, the process of forming gender rules, gender-based preferences, and behaviors accepted by society. They come to form gender stereotypes. Preschoolers became to associate certain things like toys, tools, games, clothes, jobs, colors, or even actions or behaviors as being only for boys or only for girls. Consequently, they form their own gender identity, the view of oneself as being masculine or feminine. The type of care you provide affects their social-emotional development. Hence, preschoolers need lots of physical care and opportunities to have items from environment. As preschoolers become more mobile, you can arrange the environment to encourage safe exploration and play. Playing and forming friendships is a vital component of your child's preschool development. As your kids interact with others, she or he develops abilities that will aid he or his in forming and maintaining friendships in the future.
Hi, I am Dela Cruz, Neslie, and I am going to discuss about the parting stages of play, the caregiving styles, responsiveness, and demandingness. So, parting stages of play. First, unoccupied. The child appears not to be playing but directs his attention on anything that interests him. Second, onlooker. The child spends time watching others play. He may talk to them but does not enter into play with them. Third, solitary play. The child plays independently. Fourth, parallel play. The child plays with toys similar to those near him but only plays beside with no interactions take place. Fifth, associate play. The child plays with others. There is interaction among them but not a task. Rule and organization are agreed upon. Sixth, cooperative. The child plays with the others bound by some agreed rules and rules. The caregiving style. For example, I am going to be a nanny ng bata. At bilang isang nanny, para magkaintindihan kami, kailangan kong explain lahat sa kanya para makuha niya kung ano yung ipinapahiwatig ko sa lahat ng bagay at madagdagan din ang kanyang kaalaman. Responsiveness refers to caregiver behaviors that pertain to expression of affection and communication. It refers how warm, caring, and respectful the adult is to the child. It involves openness in communication and willingness to explain things in ways that the child will understand. Same as caregiving styles, di ba? Kailangan explain mo lahat kung ano yung mga bagay na gustong maintindihan ng bata. And lastly, demandingness refers to the level of control and expectations. This involves discipline and confrontation strategies. First, authoritative, high demandingness, high pervasiveness, authorization, high demandingness, low responsiveness, permissive, low demanding, high responsiveness, negligent, low demandingness, low responsiveness.